Hey guys! If you are new in my channel, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Enjoy the video. As a multiplayer-only video game, Rust pits players against each other in a harsh, open-world environment with the sole goal of survival. Animals, such as wolves and bears, act as a looming threat, but the primary danger comes from other players. When beginning, a player only has a rock and a torch. The rock can cut down trees, break apart stones, and be used as a weapon. Cloth and food can be gathered by killing animals. Mining provides stone, metal ore, and sulfur ore. And chopping down trees provides wood. To survive in the world. Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain is a stealth game in which players take the role of Punished, Venom, Snake from a third-person perspective in an open-world. Gameplay elements are largely unchanged from Ground Zeroes, meaning that players must sneak from several points in the game world, avoiding enemy guards, and remaining undetected. Included in Snake's repertoire are binoculars, a variety of weapons, explosives, and stealth-based items. The story follows mercenary leader Punished, Venom, Snake as he ventures into Soviet-occupied Afghanistan and the Angola-Zaire border region to exact revenge on the people who destroyed his forces and came close to killing him during the climax of Ground Zeroes. Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor is a third-person open-world action-adventure video game, where the player controls a ranger by the name of Talion who seeks revenge on the forces of Sauron after his family, consisting of his wife and son, are killed by those that lead them. 1. Players can travel across locations in the game through parkour, riding monsters, or accessing forge towers, which serve as fast travel points. Missions in the game feature main story missions that follow Talion's quest for revenge, side missions that involve following Gollum to find artifacts that are tied to Celebrimbor's past, missions to free the human slaves that have been captured by the Uruk armies and forced to work for Sauron. Star Wars Battlefront 2 is a third- and first-person shooter, where players can partake in either ground battles, assuming the role of soldiers, or space battles, where players pilot starfighters. The game features both single-player and multiplayer game modes, and 3 distinct eras from the Star Wars saga: the Clone Wars with battles taking place between the Galactic Republic and the Confederacy of Independent Systems; the Galactic Civil War. Battles take place across a variety of maps, and every era has its own exclusive maps. Yakuza 0 is an action-adventure game set in an open-world environment and played from a third-person perspective. The game takes place from December 1988 to January 1989 in Kamurocho and Sotenbori. Players can freely walk around Kamurocho and Sotenbori, interacting with people they meet to trigger side quests, battling enemies who attack them on the street, or playing several mini-games, including fully playable versions of Sega arcade games such as Outrun, Super Hang-On, Space Harrier and Fantasy Zone. Completing certain objectives, such as eating every dish at a restaurant or reaching a target score. Sea of Thieves is a first-person perspective action-adventure. The game is set in a shared world, which means groups of players will encounter each other throughout their adventures. Solo and duo players sail around in a nimble sloop, while players playing in a group control a larger 3-person brigantine or a 4-person galleon cooperatively by assuming different roles. The game is set in a fictional South American country called Solis, which is home to extreme weather conditions. Rico Rodriguez takes on the Black Hand, the world's most powerful private army run by Gabriela Morales, a newly introduced character. The Black Hand served as a mercenary group to dictators Salvador Mendoza of Just Cause and Sebastiano de Ravello in Just Cause 3. When Rico is shown evidence that his late father was working with the Black Hand, he plunges into the South American nation of Solis, the homeland of the Black Hand, in search of answers.
Hello, Mr. Shen. Oh,
Sleeping Dogs is an open-world and martial arts action-adventure game set in an open-world environment and played from a third-person perspective. The player controls Wei Shen, a Chinese-American police officer who goes undercover and ventures out on a raid to infiltrate the Sun On Yi Triad organization. The initial missions of the game are a linear tutorial for controlling the character. After these missions, the player is allowed to explore the game's world.
Everything can change.
Fallout 4 is an action role-playing game set in an open-world environment. Fallout 4 introduces features including a layered armor system, base building, a dialogue system featuring 111,000 lines of dialogue, and a crafting system which implements every lootable object in the game. Enemies such as mole rats, raiders, super mutants, deathclaws, and feral ghouls return along with the companion dogmeat. The player has the ability to freely roam in the game's world and leave a conversation at any time. If the player has discovered a certain location, they may fast travel to it. Weapons can be customized too. The game includes over 50 guns, which can be crafted with a variety of modifications. The open world in Forbidden West is a mixture of good and bad. The world itself is huge and varied with a variety of locations and biomes that are all incredibly beautiful. There's a ton to do. And the side quests in Forbidden West feel like main quests. They are well written, well designed, and fun to play. Horizon Forbidden West tells an incredible story, but the best parts don't have anything to do with its flashy action sequences or high stakes. Horizon Forbidden West